Hey guys, now in this video, I just want to go over really quickly about virtual driving for dollars. And for this video, I'm going to be using Propstream to show you guys how I do it, okay? So let's go ahead and present. Okay. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to build a list. And we want to, for virtual driving, we want to look at properties. We want to pick an area, and we want to look at properties that really stick out to us. So for this video, I'll pick an area in Southern California, and let's kind of just let's do Garden Grove, okay? So for the Garden Grove area, which area should we focus on? Let's focus on this little area in here, in between Chapman and what is this street? And Garden Grove Boulevard. So Chapman all the way down to Garden Grove Boulevard, and let's just focus on this little area right here. Okay, so let's go to some boundary lines, Chapman and Dale, and let's just start looking at some of these properties. Okay, and we want to find the ones that looks like there's a lot of trash, or they just kind of stick out from all the other properties. So here, there looks like there's a lot of stuff going on here. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we have an empty pool back here. Looks like a lot of something going on back there. And if we want to look at the street view, we can drag our little guy over here. And we can check out the street view. So it looks like there's a lot going on here. They even have a porta potty outside, which is interesting. But this is the type of property we're looking for, okay? So now you can kind of see down here. Now, the biggest thing we have to worry about in virtual driving for dollars is that this property's picture, we don't know when this property's picture was taken. So has it been fixed up since that picture has been taken? Has there been a new owner since that picture has been taken? So the cool thing about doing it in Propstream is that we can actually click on the property and we can get some details about it. So if we click on the details, the main thing we want to look at is the length of ownership, okay? Because likely Google Maps pictures are outdated maybe a few years at the most. And so what we want to look at is the ownership. So this one doesn't show the length of ownership, but you can see there's no mortgage on the property. So they probably owned it quite a while. So this looks like a good driving for dollar lead, okay, because it hasn't switched ownership recently. So chances are that it probably is in that the same exact condition for when this picture was taken, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and add this to our list. So let's go ahead and save this one. And we'll add it to a group, and we'll call this driving for dollars virtual. And we'll call it Garden Grove. And we'll save that. So I want to build a list of, well, I'll build a list of 25 just for this video. Okay, so there's one, just so you guys can kind of see how this process goes. It looks like there's something going on with this house right here. So let's look at that. Details. They've only owned it for 3 years, so we're going to move on. Kind of go down here. Let's see. Anything that really sticks out. Again, we want properties that have a lot of trash. Okay, so here's a couple properties right here. You can see this property has a lot of trash in the yard. Even a couple properties over, this property's pool looks like there's, some deferred maintenance going on with that pool. So maybe there's some situations going on with these. So let's look at this one. So length of ownership, we can't see that. So let's look at let's look at the mortgage history. That'll give us an idea of how long. So this one's a reverse mortgage, and it happened in 2017. So they're probably going to live in there until they pass away. So we're going to go ahead and move on. We don't want any reverse mortgages. And then like this property, they've only owned it 8 years, not long enough. And let's look at this one. Okay, so they've owned it 26 years, 10 months. So that's a long time. And it looks like it's in pretty bad shape. So there could be, they might be interested in an offer, but we can at least reach out to them and see if they want to sell. So we're going to save this property. And this one has already been saved. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Here's one that has a lot of trash going on. Oh, this one's already been saved as well. So it looks like I've been through here virtually driving for dollars a little bit already. And really, you want to make sure you pick an area. There's an empty pool. They've owned this for 14 years, so I'm going to go ahead and add this one. They live in Huntington Beach. Yeah, there's a lot going on with a few of these properties right here. So let's see what's going on with this one. They've owned it for 23 years, so this is a good one. Look at the mortgage history. So they've had a mortgage in here since 2002. There's no open mortgages, so they also own this one outright. So they probably owned it for a while. So we'll go ahead and save this one as well. We're just building a list here, guys. We're getting a list of prospects that we can then skip trace and then contact the owner and see if they would like an offer. Look at this house. It looks like they got some deferred maintenance going on. Well, they've only owned it 2 years, so it might have been fixed up since then. $15 years. We'll go ahead and save this one. I mean, if you can tell the roof is bad from Google Maps, then you know you need a new roof. So it looks like they've had this one in the family since 2002, and it had a transfer. So there's no mortgage on this property. And there's a couple in the family. So we'll go ahead and save this property. Now it's Propstream makes this really simple. Okay, guys. So we can really just kind of go through here, and with one click, we can add them to a list. We've only owned that 6 years. It's a little too soon. It's owned by a LLC. So really the main things we're looking for, guys, are properties that stick out to you. There's a lot of trash, tarps, empty pools. I'll find a couple more for us, and then I'm pretty sure you guys get the basic idea. Look at that one. So here's a good example of one that sticks out. Okay, guys, right here and one right here. So these look like, just on the map, they look like really good driving for dollar leads virtually. Now we just have to check out the ownership. Okay, so they've owned it for 22 years, 11 months. Checks out. So this is a good driving for dollar lead. So let's go ahead and save that. And let's look at the one across the street. And there's an open mortgage. They've had an open mortgage since 2004. So chances are this has been owned for a while. They have quite a bit of equity here. So this looks like a good one as well. And usually when you're in the neighborhood with a couple, there's going to be more. Here's an empty pool. Some trash back there. They live in Marina del Rey. It's owned by an LLC. I know they own 6 properties. You know, with where the market's at, they might be interested in selling one of them, maybe. So we'll go ahead and add them. Here's another one. A lot of trash. It's owned outright, no open mortgages, and they own 5 properties. Let's go ahead and save that. It's a good one. One right next door doesn't look too good. Oh, all right. 15-year ownership. It looks distressed, so let's go ahead and add that. It's got some liens, so that's another sign that something's going on. Looks like there's a lot of cars in this. That's another thing to look for. Looks like they've owned it for quite a while with all the equity, so we'll go ahead and save this one. And this one doesn't look too great. They've owned this one for 18 years, so this is a good one. All right, so I think you guys have pretty much the basic idea of what we're looking for here. We're looking for properties that stick out among the others and look like they're in really bad shape. You want to build a list of those. And in the next video, I'm going to show you what to do once you have your list built on Propstream. So stay tuned. Go ahead and watch the next video. All right. Thank you, guys.